Welcome to my rusty garage. Today we are replacing the coolant on a Mazda 3 2010. Now let's get it done. This is roughly the same procedure on every single car equipped with an expansion tank. This is a simple job, but if you get it wrong, okay, you can overheat your engine. So I'll show you how I did it in my garage in around 1 hour. Before starting, it is important to know two things. First, coolant is toxic, and it states it's sweet, so keep children and pets away. And second, as I said, it is toxic. Dispose it properly. Don't be a jerk. For this particular Mazda, the engine coolant replacement is due at 200,000 kilometers or 10 years. And after that, every 100,000 kilometers or 5 years. Now, first step. Make sure the engine is completely cold. Never open the expansion tank cap when the engine is hot. Remember, coolant can reach over 100 degrees Celsius. That's freaking hot. Now that it's safe, remove the cap from the expansion tank. Quick overview. Here is the expansion tank, and down here is the drain plug. This is where I'll drain the old coolant. Right here. Place a container underneath. The manual says that it takes 7.5 liters. I found it that it was a little bit less. So let's see. I used a flat head to open the drain plug and let it flow out. Do it slowly. You don't want coolant all over your face and floor. This coolant looks okay. However, preventative maintenance is better than an overheated engine. Now, from here it depends on how bad the coolant in the system is. If it's very bad, you should flush the system with clean water. That would be like fitting the drain plug again, fill it up with water, run the engine, let it cool down and drain it again. That helps remove any oil residues inside the system. And as well, you can use one of those dedicated engine coolant flush products in the market. As this coolant is not really bad, I'm gonna do what the manufacturer recommends to do. That is, doing a flush by adding water to the expansion tank until I see no more coolant draining. I'll show you how. Now that I see clean water, I'll flush the water by adding coolant until I see coolant draining. I am using this funnel which is called spill-free funnel. For this system it's not really a game changer, but for other vehicles where the refill is done through the radiator, you certainly need one of these. Now, today you can use a regular funnel, if that makes you happy. Make sure you are using the correct coolant type for your Mazda. Don't just mix random coolant. And as well, there are two options in the market. Concentrate coolant, which you must mix with water, usually 50-50 ratio, but it depends on your area climate. Or the one I'm using today, premix, which is ready to use. Then it's time to close the drain plug. This doesn't need to be too tight. Actually, it's only 1.5 Newton meters. That's nothing. The O-ring is making the seal, not the tightness of the drain plug, so don't go crazy, okay? Now it's time to add coolant. And then, once the coolant has reached the max mark in the suspension tank, you can install the cap again. It's time to start the engine and let it warm up by idling. Squeezing the hoses will help to push the air out from the system. You will see the flow of coolant and some bubbles in the expansion tank. These Mazdas don't have a gauge to visually inspect the engine temperature, just a warning light for cold, which is blue, or hot, which is red. Nice design, right? That's why if you have access to a scanner which can display data, you can follow the engine temperature with more confidence. Operation temperature is around 86 degrees Celsius. Once the engine has reached this temperature, the thermostat opens and you'll feel that the lower radiator house starts getting hotter. And now, start the heater with heat at the maximum and do the following in order to correctly bleed the system. By far the most important step, removing all air, which in this engine is really easy, so do it well or do it twice. Step 1. Rev the engine at 2500 RPM for 2 to 3 minutes. You do this twice. Step 2. Run the engine at 3000 RPM for 5 seconds and then idle. And you do the whole process again twice. Now the hardest part is finished. Once you are confident there are no leaks, refit the undercover and level the vehicle to a flat surface. Check if you need to top up and go for a road test. After the road test, you probably will need to top it up again. Now, take the used coolant, put it into a sealed container and dispose it properly. Really, don't be a jerk. It's really easy to do. Hit the like if you like it. And remember, if you're able to do this, you're able to do much more in your car. See you the next one.